Hey, what's up, nerds? Hey, just talking about my first. I say it every time. Talking about a cult classic and a sci-fi franchise that has defined my life more so now than ever. Stargate, whether it be the movie, the SG-1, Atlantis, Stargate in general, is my favorite sci-fi TV series of all time. Stargate is a fantastic universe full of whimsy and magic, all sorts of different alien species, space battles, ancient alien gods, ancient alien empires that all get overthrown by the the United States Marine Corps, flying nukes, alien pyramid ships, because America in space, bitch. Yeah, but no, seriously, So Stargate is, short story short, it's a sci-fi franchise universe following the adventures of the American military having a secret special forces division that explores the galaxy through stargates, and they encounter ancient alien civilizations, other human races scattered across the galaxy. And for the longest time, the classic conflict was between Earth and this alien empire known as the Gould, which are parasitic snakes that enslaved humanity and took on the role of ancient pagan gods. There were big Greek pantheons, Egyptian pantheons, Babylonian pantheons, and they ruled the galaxy for force and fear and technology disguised as magic. And they ruled for this massive galactic empire, which the United States military overthrows in less than a decade. Hell fucking yeah. But from an aesthetic standpoint, I love SG-1. It's like space magic. You have all these like Egyptian fantasy sort of aesthetic for the various alien empires and nations and cultures. You have all this technology that does all these things: teleportation, stargates, wormholes, a wormhole network that allows intergalactic travel. You have alien spaceships. You have genetic engineering, cloning. You have all these technologies. They're really cool. And then you get all the alien ancient gods, the pantheons that enslaved the humans of Earth and enslaved the peoples of the galaxy. And it has all this militech. I fucking love it. SG-1 is a great show. And there's a really good message about Stargate, which there's nuance here. They portray the American military as this, especially in later seasons, almost like a federation of the Federation from Star Trek, trying to bring reason, science, and breaking free of fundamentalism and religious extremism. Now, you can call that propaganda if you want, but there's some truth to that. The American military has done that for a lot of people throughout the world, but they've also done the exact opposite of that. So it depends how you look at it and two things can be true. The American military can do great good and great bad. But back to the SG-1, I mean, the Gould are just these ancient parasitic snakes. They're evil as fuck. They're these evil alien warlords who fight and enslave entire cultures, and I love their aesthetic. I love their appearance. I love how they're these parasitic snakes that are cannibalistic and are power hungry as fuck. And I love the conflict between the American military and these ancient alien empires. There's just the vibe, the fantasy elements I got from early SG-1 seasons was great. I think there's something to be said that Stargate gave us true evil. And that's what the Gould are. They're parasitic evil snakes that are pretty much Sith Lords from Star Wars: The Old Republic. They take hosts, they are parasitic, they're snakes, and they have god complexes, and they want to rule over and infest the entire galaxy. They are one of my favorite evil galactic empires of all time. Just the aesthetic alone is classic 90s sci-fi. I fucking love it. And just all the ancient pantheons and mythology that went into this. By the way, there's also a Stargate tabletop role-playing game that really delves into all this lore and is a fun as fuck role-playing game to play in. And I highly recommend to people. It's a game system designed for you to tell an episodic story every week about adventures in the Stargate universe, like something out of Star Trek or Stargate. You can pretty much be a 90s sci-fi writer for a television TV show on Sci-Fi Channel. Fucking based. But no, the Gould are evil as fuck. They're parasitic, and they're the perfect villains. They have, snake... They have heavy metal, snake, Egyptian god stormtroopers. I cannot stress that enough. That is fucking based. stormtroopers that look like ancient heavy metal Egyptian gods. I fucking love it. And the thing with SG-1, it was an episodic series. It was serial. It was pulpy. It was pulp fiction. It was fun space adventures. There wasn't all this fucking meta politics. There wasn't all this identity politics. It was fun space adventure, discovering the universe, making hard choices. There were politics involved, but it wasn't in your face, or it made you think, and it made you question what's the right choice to do in these situations, which the American military does a lot of. There's a lot of hard choices between, like, choosing between this culture and that culture, like intervention. There's a lot of good politics that make you think and they're open-ended, which is another reason I prefer 90s sci-fi over modern-day sci-fi nowadays. There's so many hard questions, and there's so much gray in these choices, and they always try to find a solution rather than siding with one side over the other. But what's really cool, by the end of the Gold War, the Earth Gold War in Stargate SG-1, which is Season 8, we have become a galactic superpower. The United Nations of Earth has a fleet of warships, starfighters. We made alliances with other alien races and got their technology and made all this really cool tech, and we became the American military-industrial complex in space overthrows numerous galactic alien empires. I fucking love that. Fucking hell yeah. Metal as hell. Fuck the alien. Fuck the Xenos. And just, look, the military science fiction element of Stargate, I freaking love it. And it's not about woke, it's not about politics, it's about fun, adventure, storytelling, really deep moral questions about science and technology and religion and all that crap. And I love that about Stargate, you know? It's a great series. And recently it's come under, they were making a new Stargate series for the last couple months, but they canceled it, and now there's a huge petition online. You can look it up on Facebook, Bring the Gate Back, where tens of thousands of people, maybe even hundreds of a lot of people across the world have signed petitions to Amazon to bring Stargate back. I hope it succeeds. Stargate is my childhood. It inspired a lot of my writing. I mean, I use Stargate in my Star Wars D&D games for ideas and lore and like storytelling. It's such a good show. It's about diversity within unity, respecting other people's cultures, but not letting fanaticism or politics destroy peace and stability and freedom in the universe. Would that be an alien colony that worships the Goa'uld as gods and showing them technology is not magic, or saving a planet that is so inducted by the religion that they're going to sacrifice a human being? Human sacrifice. And Stargate handles these questions really well, and they stand up for what's right, and they show people you don't have to live in this dogmatic insanity. Although, weirdly enough, Stargate never attacked Christianity or the Abrahamic religions, which, as a Christian, thank God, you're not pulling the whole fucking what other sci-fi series have done. Thank you. Stargate's just a fun universe. It's full of fun space battles. Has really good characters, and it's really about the technological and diplomatic evolution of humanity on Earth from where we were before the Iraq War in the 90s to having a secret intergalactic special forces and space navy that kicks ass, overthrows alien empires, and fucking nukes the space vampires. Fuck yeah. Humanity in American space. Fuck yeah. America. Fuck yeah. But they do it because it's not flag-waving Trump bullshit. It's respect for the military, not the government. And that's something I really appreciate about Stargate. The Marines and the soldiers have principles, and they're fighting, and they fight for peace. They rarely take action unless it's to save people's lives. It's a really good depiction of the American military at its best, which I really appreciate. I'm not the biggest fan of the current military administration. Fuck P. Hegseth. But no, it's a good series, and there's so much lore, world building, different species, different civilizations and technologies to present all these moral choices and all these like hard questions that need to be asked. And there's just really cool aliens. The Goa'uld are parasitic space snakes, and the Wraith are space vampires sent from bugs. And there's all this advanced technology, there's all this world building, there's all these politics between the various races and empires and civilizations and factions. I just love it. It feels so much like Star Wars or Halo to me. I love it for that reason. It really shows us through the eyes of military, especially military officers, military soldiers, vets, what it means to rise above and be a better human, what choices we need to make to be better people, and what choices do we make as a civilization impacts how we evolve as a species, both technologically and spiritually. What the path of evolution looks like for us. Do we want to become like the Goa'uld, or do we want to become more like, say, the Asgard, or the Ancients? Do we want to be better and leave the galaxy a more peaceful place, or do we want to be imperialistic? It's about the moral choices that the characters make, not just for themselves, but the evolution of the human race on Earth. And I really respect that. The evolution of humanity is also a spiritual one, and Stargate reflects that as well. The code of honor of the military that SG-1 takes, the skepticism, the rationalism, the true rejection of blind, fanatical dogma, and freeing slaves from enslavement to false gods. I resonate with all of this. It is a rejection of dogma and enslavement to ideologies. And finding the middle path and evolving as a civilization and making the right choices for everyone involved. And that's something that really stands out to me about Stargate. The moral and spiritual evolution of a species, which that's actually part of the lore, by the way. Ancient beings are ascended to godhood and they became transcendent beings who are spiritually evolving as a species. That's the thing. It's called Ascension. It's fucking based. But yeah, would I recommend Stargate? Yes, of course. You can find all the series on various streaming platforms. I think it's on Prime. I might be wrong. I know for a fact it's on Disney+. Stargate's great. Sign the petition. Get the series back on the air. We need it. Not this woke this SJW fucking identity politics bullshit that is Star Wars Disney. I will gladly watch reruns of Stargate SG-1 than watch that abomination that is the sequel trilogy. Hashtag fuck Rey. Hashtag fuck Disney. Hashtag I love you, Teal'c. Please, what must I do to please you, Teal'c? Till next time, folks. God bless, stay sane, and fuck Disney.